Gentlemen and ladies, what is going on? Today is Tuesday, October 13th. Thank God it's pod day, and welcome to episode 29 of the Can't Stop Playing podcast. Gabriel.
Zachary. Didn't we already do episode 29?
We did. This is deja vu to the weirdest degree. Yeah. We did episode 29, and due to technical apocalypse, we weren't able to upload it. And last week I was traveling. A lot of people have been asking, where's the podcast? Has Can't Stop Playing actually stopped? But no, it hasn't. We haven't stopped. We'll never stop. Gabe, you signed the contract that said you would do this until all of your hair falls out.
Yeah, and that includes my beard hair.
Which is, so it's going to be quite a while. So yeah. We're here. We're here for you. We're here to confirm your weekends and affirm your weekdays. And you're actually going to get 2 shows this week as we get back on track. Wanted to make sure we got you an immediate show as soon as I got back in town from California, so that you didn't worry. Because it's not like I kind of feel like they're kind of like our moms now. Like we're like their children, and they're like, where did our kids go? We got so many.
We have a lot of moms.
A lot.
Hi, moms.
Hi, moms.
I'll clean my room later, I promise.
Oh, my office. Don't look at my office, moms. Let's make sure that you stay just on this side of the camera. So today we're going to talk about some games we've been playing, some new stuff, lightning round, and emails. And then Friday, you'll have the regular show, episode 30. Gabe, we're in our 30s now.
God,
almost.
We're so old.
And we're gonna talk a lot about Battlefront. We got a special guest that everyone loves. And we're going to get
absolutely
a big old Battlefront show and more coming Friday. But for today, Gabe, I have something I need to talk to you about.
What's up, man?
I had a lot of overgrown bushes in my yard.
They're the worst.
So I found a guy. He was just wandering the neighborhood, cutting other people's bushes. And I was like, hey, why don't you come work on my yard?
Yeah. My bushes. Hey, my bushes. I got bushes. You got stuff to cut them. Hey, this is easy.
Yeah, let's cooperate. We can be a team.
Yeah.
And then he did this yesterday, and I was like, okay, thanks. He comes to my house at 7:54 a.m.
Word. It's early.
And he says like here's an invoice, and I was like, what? You expect money for this? Like, you're just.
We agreed you were gonna cut the bushes.
You're the local lumberjack. Get over here and do what a lumberjack does.
Lumberjack.
He did cut down a tree. He said it wasn't fit for living.
He cut down a tree?
He cut down a tree, a sizable one too, like 20 plus feet.
He just cut it down.
He just boom, chopped it down, chainsaw.
For what?
It was dead.
Does he have a beard?
A little one, small.
He doesn't have this. I was picturing like Paul Bunyan.
No, he was like an older gentleman, like a nice like gray, like maintained beard.
I wish I could do that. I can't do either. I can't make it gray, and I can't maintain it.
And he did tell me, though, it would take 10 man-hours, and it only took him 5.
He's double the man.
He's twice as good as I thought. But then I said, okay, thanks for the invoice. And I was like, I'm just going to crumple this up. Like, it's just a piece of paper. He showed up again. My mom told him I'd pay him. And I was like, what? So I wrote him a check and said, thanks so much. Have a great day. And I was like, man, can't get good help around here anymore at all.
Yeah. Not for free.
Yeah. What happened to the goodness of helping another fellow man out?
I would cut your tree down for free.
I know you would.
I actually just cut down a tree 2 weeks ago for free. Yeah. Not a whole tree, just large branches.
Oh,
but,
what did you use?
Electric. Those. What are they called? Chainsaws?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. The electric ones. Because there's chainsaws that are not electric.
Yeah.
In Texas, when you say chainsaw, they'll actually hand you a saw that you have to manually just go this.
Oh gosh.
With. When you want an electric chainsaw, you have to say electric chainsaw.
Okay.
Yes, I use an electric chainsaw.
Was it fun?
It wasn't fun. Well, it was me and a friend of mine. We were helping out his mom. His mom just got out of surgery, and she needed help around the house, so we went.
She's like, get this dang branch out of my view. It's pissing off my hip.
It was a giant branch, right? And I was cutting it, and I said, hey, this is going to fall on the... There's a storage shed. The storage shed I built.
Oh! No, they're trying to ruin your work. It's sabotage.
It would have fallen right on it. And I said, man, I could cut this down, but it's going to fall on it. He's like, what if one of us catches it? And I'm like, whoa. It's a giant tree. It's a branch. It's a big branch. It's huge.
Heavier than you think, man.
I told him, you know what? Let me try to catch it. I said, okay. So I got up on the ladder, right? And I'm standing there with my hands right below the branch. Yeah. And I don't know how heavy this thing is. It looks huge. And he chainsaws it off. And I catch it.
What is the circumference of this? Are we talking a 6-inch branch, a 2 foot? Okay. Oh, wow. It's a massive. It's a big boy branch.
Maybe a 10-inch branch.
Wow.
It's close to a foot. It's huge. And he chops it off,
Yeah.
and I catch it, and it's heavy as shit. And I yell at him, get the hell out of the way. I throw it, like, I basically throw it to where he was standing because I couldn't stop it from landing on this thing for too much longer. I was able to hold it for a little. Have you ever seen Dragon Ball?
Yes.
You saw the movie, right? The Frieza one.
Yeah.
You know when they throw the Kamehameha at him, and he's like trying to hold it, but then he just can't.
Yeah.
That was me, but with a tree branch.
Well, at least you kept the shed safe, right?
Yeah, the shed is safe.
That is what counts.
That's video games for you.
That is. I mean, you're living the life of like Minecraft or something.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Speaking of Minecraft,
segways or
swagways.
Yeah.
I make segways on the swagway.
Yeah, you should.
So perfect. Minecraft Story Mode came out. Telltale dipping their toes into another pond because, man, there's not a pond they don't want to dip them toes into. So Minecraft Story Mode is their Minecraft story game, and I went in thinking this is probably going to be stupid.
Is it stupid?
It's not stupid.
We both played it. You played more of it than I did. I played like the first 20 minutes. It's childish.
It is. It feels very much like a Saturday morning cartoon, like a Nickelodeon show, but like the way it's done, and I love how it's super true to Minecraft. Like if you played Minecraft and are a fan, I think this is just going to like give you like the giggles the whole time because like so much stuff. Like I love how in this builded world they're building stuff. Like I think that's such a cool idea.
Yeah, they're in a contest to build.
Yeah, in a world that's all built and like it's like what's that movie? Oh God, it has Leonardo DiCaprio. The top is spinning. Inception. It's like they're building in this world that they've been built that like, but they don't. I don't know. It was cool.
Yeah,
but
it's cool, huh?
Yeah, it's very colorful. It's very vibrant. I love like just like the charm and sort of like childlike wonder of it. Like, oh God, our pig with the dragon costume got caught on fire. Like, let's go save him. Like, there's just some cool moments and like, oh God, here come the creepers. I love how they like really the adventures that you or people would make in Minecraft on their own. Like this really personifies and like puts you in that, and you don't have to make up the storyline. Like, hey, like the creepers really are coming after you, and they have like clearly ill intent, and it's not like you have to be like, oh God, they're coming after me. Like they really are coming after you, and so it's fun to see a world that previously was like you had to be the director. Now someone else is the director, and I just get to play it. I think that's really cool.
Would you say that this is like a Pixar movie that you get to like choose? I mean, because who knows if it has that much heart in it necessarily? Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I played 20 minutes. Before that, I've never in my life touched Minecraft anything.
Yeah.
Like so it's weird for me because I don't know what the tone of this is. Like I know a lot of people play Minecraft and love it, but
I mean, there's no tone in Minecraft. It's your own tone. I mean, same like graphical style exactly, but other than that, there's no verbiage in Minecraft, so you don't really. They could all be like evil jerks for all we know.
Yeah, but still, Telltale games like. They have a certain tone, you know what I mean?
That's true.
Like The Wolf Among Us and Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Borderlands, all like they're dark.
Yeah.
Like some can be funny, like Borderlands is funny, but they're still darker. Like here, I don't see how this can get it. Like, what's the conflict here necessarily? And like I said, I only played 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe you played more of it, you have a more clear indication of where this is going. But 5 episodes. You know, it's a lot of episodes.
I mean, it does very much just the best comparison I can give is like, you know, a Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon show of like, oh, dang, we have to beat the Ocelots. Like, they're the opposing builder team. Can we beat them? Like, we're going to make it.
They're jerks.
Yeah, they are. That Lucas.
Yeah, the matching jackets.
I know.
Anybody that ever wears matching anything, just assume they're jerks.
What team name did you pick for your squad?
The No Names.
Oh, I picked the Order of the Pig.
Because that's what I was gonna pick. Because I was recording a video on it, and there was 2 I wanted to go with so much. It was the Order of the Pig, and which one was the other one? There was one more that was really drawing my interest. I'm drawing a blanket as to exactly which one, and I was having such trouble deciding. And I pressed the Order of the Pig at the very last minute, but it didn't register. And so the name of the character, the guy that's dressed as a creeper, the bigger guy, what's his name? Do you know?
Axel
says the No Names, and that's. No, he says no name. He says it inquisitive like that, and the person that we're registering with says, "Okay, you're the No Name." So that's what we are.
I mean, it started off. I was very worried the first 5 minutes because it was like almost grating the cheesiness and the childness of it. But like where I'm at now, I feel like they like got that out of the way, and maybe they sucked at the first few lines of the script. But now like I'm at a point where I've met up with this like huntress character, and we're going into the Nether, and like this guy has betrayed us, and like we have to chase him, and like. It's gotten to a point where like it seems like it's going to be a cool adventure and not just like, you know, kids on the block doing dumb Minecraft stuff.
Yeah, and like you, I had no Oh, sorry. Go
I was just gonna say I like some of the stuff where like, you know, like mash Q to like clear all the blocks or build this up or like I don't know. I thought that was really like charming, and I love the fact that I was playing on PC, so I didn't have to deal with stuttering or you know lag or
look good
screen tearing or anything.
Yeah. Like you, I had no expectations of this. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play it just because you know whatever, but. The 20 minutes of it were fun. Hopefully, I'm going to stream the rest of it or whatever. So hopefully, the fact that I'm going to do it all in one sitting helps. Because I don't think like playing these in like 20-minute pieces is necessarily the best way to go about it. So I'm going to sit there, play the whole story, and that'll be that. Hopefully, it's fun, and hopefully they get these episodes out.
Please, man,
like, quickly.
Please,
like just give us one a month. Give us one a month, man.
And I think it is fun that you know everything that you mentioned is at the top, like Walking Dead, Wolf Among Us, even you know. Life is Strange, they all are very, not always, but somber, serious, like disaster, death, and like it's cool, I think, to see one that probably isn't going to have a whole lot of that stuff. Like it's going to come from a much more like fun, youthful place, and it's nice to see it change. Like if Telltale's going to do all these series, like please make them have different tones. Like I don't want, oh god, this person did this and this person's killed, and oh my god, and like relationship drama and that. Like I like it, that Minecraft story mode. Still a very awkward title, I think. Even on YouTube, like typing that in seems like such a weird thing.
Minecraft story mode episode 1.
Order of the Stone or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's shaping up to be pretty cool, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here. And I think it's like, just fun.
Those of you that have played Minecraft story mode, let us know what you think in the comments and write in to Can't Stop Asking at gmail.com. I feel like we should mention that more like throughout the episode.
At the beginning instead of at the end. So like people who get bored after 20 minutes, they can still hear about it. Like, oh god, they have an email? What? Never got to that point. But like as a disclaimer, if you're a fan of Telltale games, you really need to like watch a video or a trailer or check this out, because I can see a good percentage of the population being like, man, this is dumb and I'm not 12.
But it's fun though. It is.
If you have if you have that whimsy inside of you, just wiggle your little whimsy bone, and then you'll probably enjoy it.
God, I wish there was a body part that started with a W. So you could say to wiggle your little whimsy, and then whatever the body part would be. But we don't have a body part with a W. Unless you have a wand. You can wiggle your little whimsy wand.
If you got a whimsical wand, you can wiggle that thing. Gosh, what about turning your tail for Transformers, Gabe?
That game's short.
Is it?
Yeah, I've played half of it. Apparently, I didn't even know. I've played like 2.5, 3 hours of it, and that's half.
Wow. And I mean, it is a budget game.
$50. Technically, it's budget, but it's still $50. Yeah. It's fun. Yeah. I could say that. The boss modes are a little bit frustrating sometimes, but aesthetically and stylistically, just the graphical style that they went with, it's super like 80s Transformers. So people love it. The music's fantastic. The story, I'm not super. I don't think I like Transformers. Like in general, like in general, I hate the movies with a passion. I won't watch those. You couldn't pay me. You probably could pay me to watch them, but I hate them a lot. I like the older cartoons, and obviously the 80s movie where spoilers, Optimus gets killed. That obviously made me cry as a child.
You cried?
Yeah, and as a baby.
Over a hunk of metal.
Yeah, he's a hunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great combat.
Is the combat varied? Because that was my biggest concern after playing the demo at PAX Prime. I was like, man, I hope there's more attacks and combos in the real game.
There's not more combos. There's different weapons. You can select your loadout. You can even select your character in between missions. So there's like 4 or 5 Autobots that you get to pick from, and each of them have different like melee specialties. One of them, he has 2 swords, super quick. You can even get like a heavy hammer on him, but the combos are generally the same. It's just tap X a lot, or tap Y a lot, or do a combination of X and Y, and that's it. Roll in the last minute to get into the slow down time. I don't know what they call it here. I call it witch time because of Bayonetta. But
so it's nowhere near as complex as Bayonetta, though.
No, not at all. But it's fun. Like, if what you want is to just kill Decepticons while you're an Autobot, while listening to friggin' awesome 80s Transformers music and it looking very cool, and like the combat being super competent, then this is all for you. It's a good game. It really is. Having played half of it, my only issue is I don't know how varied the boss battles are, because they're pretty similar. We've only fought Devastator. That's the only one we fought. We fought him like twice now.
Okay.
2 or 3 times.
Okay.
I'm Megatron once, of course. It was a speed chase while fighting him. It's a fun budget title for sure. And the time that I did spend playing it, I didn't feel like, oh, this is such a crappy cash grab, or it's not a tie-in for anything. There's no Transformers movies or anything coming like that, but it's good.
It's interesting because like the Legend of Korra game was made by Platinum, and that was sort of like, holy crap, this is bad.
Yeah, that was terrible.
And do you think that's because of the license, or do you think this is legit like a better made game?
This is a better made game, and I think Korra, they were like trying to rush it out for like the end of Korra.
Right. Okay.
Remember the series was ending right around there. Maybe they made a push, try to just throw it out there in time, but it didn't happen. It missed it by a couple months.
It is interesting to me though that was 20 and this is 50.
Yeah, I think Korra is a much smaller game.
Okay.
Also, I think Transformers is a bigger brand,
Yeah,
so they can get away with putting it on a disc and just selling it in stores.
Yeah, that makes good sense. I still want to try it out. I haven't had a chance to. I've been traveling, and speaking of travel, can I tell you a little travel story?
Tell me your travel story.
Can I pimp out my own self a little bit here?
Do it.
I was on a show, Gabriel.
You were.
I got makeup done. I had a microphone, a lapel mic.
Yeah, it's a lavalier.
Yeah. And there was cameras and bright lights and people clapping, and I was like, whoa, not good. No.
I don't know, man.
At first I was like, but then I was like, wow, this is really fun. And it ended up being like such a cool experience. Like, obviously it's not like I was on, some major talk show, but it is going to be on PlayStation View. It's actually out today. I'm nervous as heck to watch it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm so nervous to watch it.
Wait, it's not PlayStation. I don't have PlayStation View.
I'll see if I can get you a copy.
Give me.
So you have PlayStation View. You can watch me. It's Machinima's All Systems Go show. I filmed it up in Burbank. They interviewed me. We talked about Fetty Wap. We talked about Nike shoes. We talked about Horizon, BioShock, Jake. Talked about Swagways. Talked about Indiana.
And see, guys, he didn't talk about me one bit.
I didn't talk about Gabe.
No. I feel let down.
Gabe, like you're kind of like my. This is gonna sound weird, but you're kind of like my pocket boy. Like I like to keep you in my. I like to keep you in my pocket. I don't want to reveal our friendship. I don't want people to have any chance to steal that away.
Yeah, we only do a podcast together every week.
You know how you keep like in the olden days, like sailors would go off to sea and they'd have like a locket with their girl in the locket and they'd put it in their pocket. That's how you are for me, man.
Got it.
Right in my pocket.
I'll take that.
That was super fun, and if you want to check it out, it's called All Systems Go. It's on PlayStation View, and I believe in a couple weeks it'll be on YouTube as well.
I'm excited to see it.
I'm so freaking nervous. You want to know why I'm the most nervous?
Why?
I'm not nervous about what I said, but like, I always try to angle my face so like the left side of my face is the prominent side. Yeah. When I take photos, anything.
Yeah.
The way of interviews are set up, if you think about any interview show, the host is on your left, like the right of the screen. So I was facing this way, so I had the wrong side of my face exposed, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, look at you. You're on one show. You're already one of those actors that won't shoot from the left. No, that's my strong side. I'll only take a picture from my strong side.
It was so surreal, though, to be sitting there talking about what we're going to discuss. And, like, this very, like, LA girl, she was super nice. Like, is, like, doing my, like, touching up my face and, like, spraying my hair so it stays. And I was like, oh, my God, this is so weird.
Have you ever looked as good as you look on camera?
I thought I looked pretty good. I took a picture of myself, and I was like, if I was a girl, I'd be kissing my face all over.
There you go.
It might not taste good because of all that makeup, but
yeah.
But like even like between breaks, like they like touched it up, and I was like, I don't deserve this. What did I do to deserve this? But it was really fun. And then I headed up to 2K in San Francisco, and I got to play a bunch of Battleborn. Now I'm not allowed. I'm under NDA. I can't say what it is or what I saw. But that embargo is up October 27th, so you'll get to hear about that in the podcast and on my channel soon. I'm sure you can guess what I got to play. And I can say that I had an absolute blast there. And whatever I did up in San Francisco exceeded my expectations. So I'm super pumped to dive into that so much.
You're walking that line though, so let's move on because I think people can very clearly
let's walk that line. Let's not walk that line. Let's jump off that rope. One of my favorite Mario Party games is Hot Rope Jump. Have you ever played Mario Party? They swing the pootaboos, like the fireballs. And you just press A, and like, man, I would go for like 50, 60, 70 jumps. Like that mini game just doesn't end. It's a lot of jumps.
How many real jumps can you do in like real life?
I think we need to make this a video, Gabe.
Let's do it. I'll do it with you.
All right, how many? We don't even, not like jumping jacks, not high jumps, just jumps.
Wait, I'm saying jump rope.
Oh. Do I have to hold it, or do we get like a third party to hold the rope?
No. You're holding your own jump rope.
No, man. We gotta meet up. We have to find a battleground. Maybe like a
PAX South.
Okay. And is that in Austin?
It is in Austin.
Oh, good, I'm coming.
Let's do it.
All right. So I keep hearing like from random people like, man, Austin's really great, and I'm like,
it is. I lived there for 4 months. It's fantastic. I love it.
Sweet. So we'll figure that out. But we need to have 2 people hold the ends of the ropes, like we're in some like sweet school, and me and you are just we're gonna face each other.
Tandem jumps.
Yeah, we got who
who
lasts the longest, Gabe.
Ooh, let's do it.
All right, this is gonna be good.
Right.
This is gonna be real good.
I'm down. I'm down. I jumped rope not long ago, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, like a month ago, I went outside. I said, I wonder how many jumps I can do with this jump rope. I did like 24 or something.
That's not bad. Kobe Bryant.
No, it's not. It was a combination of me not having jump rope since I was in elementary, and it being a little bit more tiring than I remember. So I went into it and I started really quick. I'm like, this is nothing. And then I'm like, ooh, I'm tired. And then I just like slipped up and I got messed up. You
ever realize how deceiving jump ropes are? Like you look at them, you're like, I can get this thing over my head, and then you're like, nope, it needs to be like 2 feet longer.
Yeah, you need the really tall ones. Like you're taller than me, but even me, I need the really long ones. I can't do it with because they say you're supposed to do the wrist thing. You step on it in the middle, you lift it up, and if it's by your waist, you're okay.
Right.
Yeah, you'll definitely be okay because your top torso is much shorter than your half.
But still, they're tricksters. You look at them, you're like, I could get this over my head, and then they're kind of like,
Yeah. Yeah, jump ropes and hula hoops are very deceptive.
Yeah. I don't do the hula hoop thing. I don't have a lot of hip wiggle in me.
Yeah. Well, I'm a dancer.
You are that. You are.
Yeah. So.
You aren't even a dancer. You are just dancer.
Yeah. I'm a dancer. I'm dancer.
You are a dancer. I'm gonna get you a nice Christmas sweater, and on the inside it's gonna just have like, or maybe even the outside, it's just gonna have like embroidered dancer.
All right.
Is that okay?
That's perfect, man. I don't mind it.
And then it'll have an 8-bit picture of Aaron Rodgers' disgusting face.
I'm excited for the NFL ugly sweaters. I don't think they're on sale quite yet.
I have a Lions one.
Matthew Stafford got benched.
That's what? I couldn't believe that.
Dan, whatever his last name is. I can't even
Dan Orlovsky. Gabe, okay. Sports moment break. I swear to you, me and you could throw the ball more accurately than him. I refuse to believe that there's no man on the face of this earth that could do that job better. He literally was throwing the ball like 10 yards over people's heads.
I told you this was going to happen to him. I told you. What did I say in the beginning of the season? Matthew Stafford, man, there's something off with him. I think Megatron is great. I think they really got to get Golden Tate involved more. They just don't want to. Amir looks like they caught on to him. Like, Amir's not looking great.
He's got to work on the fumble issue.
Yeah, Amir's the most talented. Like he's like the most talented rookie. Like I think hands down. Like he's super talented, but he needs to keep that ball, man. Yeah. That offensive line needs to improve. They gotta fire that coach mid-season. Do what the Dolphins are doing, man. We'll move off that. You guys are 0-5.
They can 11-5.
Yeah, good luck.
Gabe, it's gonna be the most magical moment ever.
They're playing the Packers twice, so they're automatically gonna have 7 losses.
Whatever. We'll see about that.
All right, move.
Maybe we should do our jump rope competition at Lambeau Field.
Let's do
during the game,
and Aaron Rodgers can judge us.
Yeah,
and say who. I'll be lost in his dreamy eyes, and I'll just fall. I love Aaron Rodgers.
Let's talk about some news, man. We haven't newsed it up in a long time.
All right, let's news it up.
My first
season passes are dumb.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I was going to talk about the other one first, but let's talk about this one. $50 for a Star Wars
get that
Battlefront.
Out of the way real quick because it's dumb.
4 pieces of content that they're obviously going to charge $15 each, so it's doubling the price of the game. There's no single player in this game, no matter how much they want to try and say that little survival mode is single player. And they're now announcing, hey, we're not going to do free maps and support our multiplayer only game because you were kind enough to buy it. We're going to charge for everything, split the player base, and expect you to pay $120 for Star Wars Battlefront.
$110
if you buy the season pass, but
yes,
if not,
if you buy the season pass. I want to boycott season passes in general. They make no sense to me.
I mean, I think you're allowed to sell whatever you want. It'll sell. They're allowed to sell. If you have DLC, you should make DLC. But the only part that bothers me really, like, again, if you want to sell DLC, great. It's up to us to either buy it or not. But the part that bothers me is they're going to get a pass because of the brand.
Yeah, absolutely. Hands down. Because it's Star Wars, and Star Wars is the hotness right now. Nothing in the world is hotter than Star Wars right now, except Texas. We're still hot. But yeah, they're going to get away with it, man. Just like Batman got away with it.
Because Batman's turned out to be terrible.
It was a $40 season pass that got you about, 2.5 hours of extra content?
I mean, it's still going for 2 more months or 3 more months or whatever the heck, but so far it's been a huge letdown. Now, we know that this is defined content, so it's not like, oh, you're going to get some Star Wars skins. Like, you're getting 4 map packs, I assume. And my guess is they'll probably have maps and then, like, a survival map is my guess.
Here's the only thing that would save it for me. and I spoke about this in the video I made that you can go watch on my channel if you guys want. Episode
7.
The new episode 7 is coming out. The Force Awakens. I'm blanking out. Right. So what if there's a giant battle like in a cool new location in episode 7, and they bring that over here to Battlefront, and they make it a mission, plus also give it to you in multiplayer, plus add Kylo Ren and all the other new characters. Like I want Kylo Ren as a hero. Like how feasible is that? Can they add new heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they still call them heroes, don't they?
Oh, I don't know, but either way, like. Do you feel at any point that this is the Battlefront 4 Force Awakens, so you're kind of getting gypped that you're like inevitably having to pay $10 or $15 for the new content?
Yeah, I feel gypped about it, but I think, like you said, they're going to get away with it because of the brand.
Wait, is that first pack free?
I don't know.
I believe it is.
I don't think so, dude.
I want to be very clear on this. I believe, and I'm going to look it up.
That Jakku thing is free.
Yeah,
right?
that's the episode 7 thing.
No, is it? Yeah, well, no, I know, no. But I'm saying besides that.
Oh, like if they do another episode 7 pack.
Yeah, like
gotcha.
Because Jakku is just that one map. I'm saying like bring in something completely different that hopefully we just don't know about in the movie because of spoilers. But I'm hoping for the movie that there's this big thing, right?
Yeah,
and then
that's part of it.
You know how you have Vader and how you have Skywalker and even Boba Fett's a hero. I'm calling them heroes. I don't know if for the villains are called villains. Whatever. I'm gonna call them heroes. Give me Kylo Ren. Give me the female. What I forget her name. Give me Finn. Give
me
all
Finn
the
or Rey? I think it's Rey.
Rey. Finn is the man.
Yeah.
Give me both of them.
Yeah.
Like just give me a giant Force Awakens pack, and sure, that's worth $15 to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would have been so nice, especially since it's EA and they have a history of being kind of dicey. Like, get it, dice?
Dice. You're good.
Like, imagine if they were like, hey, on December 18th, you're getting Kylo Ren, you're getting this new battleground. Like, that would be such a much better way to incentivize people to keep the game, not trade it in, buy it, beyond, for Christmas and gift cards. It just feels... Okay, like, I understand a game like Last of Us, where, like, the Left Behind thing is, like, clearly an expansion and a subset of the game. But when it's like, hey, we got more maps, like, is it really that hard to make these maps? How much time did it really take? Is it really 25% of the game's value for this pack? And like you look at something like Halo that is doing every map pack free to not split the base. Evolve did it. Battleborn's doing it. Like Call of Duty is still doing, season pass crap. And I guess it's because these major franchises can take advantage of it. But it would be so nice if they would go the route of, hey, we are going to incentivize you to keep playing the game via free maps and modes. And then if you want to buy skins or you want to buy extras or boosters or whatever, go for it. I guess they're able to charge for whatever, but it does start to rub you the wrong way. Like, man, like when Titanfall came out, people freaked out about that. I don't hear anyone freaking out about Battlefront's content.
I think people are freaking out.
You do?
People aren't happy. Yeah, people aren't happy that it's $50. But
also, even the game in general, like,
well, I mean, I think the beta did a lot to win over people's expectations, because the beta's good. Like the game is good.
It is, sure,
like,
but Titanfall
really
was good,
fun.
and Titanfall's main issue was like content.
Yeah, and if Battlefront has the same, my logic, and I don't, a lot of companies don't think logically. Mm-hmm. If I was EA, I would learn from Titanfall and say, hey, okay, we did this over here, and the player base isn't where we want it to be. Yes, it sold great. It sold like 10 million copies, but the player base just isn't there. And they can't keep selling map packs because no one's playing it. So I would think that they would want to avoid that with Battlefront. I think that they would want to go a completely different route.
They're both
like
EA
you said.
too, which is so weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think they would learn. But
to me, it speaks to the fact that, and this could be wrong, and it's just supposition, but hey, we sold 10 million copies. That's 10 million times whatever in our bank account. And that's what we're going for. Who cares if like the player base is there? Or like, this is Star Wars. We can sell a $50 season pass. We can sell a $60 game. We didn't have to invest in a single player. We can split up these maps. It does start to feel a little bit cash grabby.
Yeah, and my only issue is that that's good.
Yeah,
I want it to be great, and based off what we played at E3 and what we played in the beta, which I think is like the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's fun, and they got the combat's there, and the movement's there. Graphically, it's there. Sound-wise, it's there. It feels so Star Wars, and I don't want them to just mess us up with some just business practices that are sketch. Like,
yeah,
that's the only thing that I'm worried about. But we're gonna talk about the beta more on Friday's show, but.
I'm just still a little worried about content. I'm not worried about the quality of the content's there. I guess my big concern is, like, I hope that people judge this fairly, not from a Star Wars lens, but just from if this game was, called Space Wars and it was this good, and had this much content and this much DLC, how would we react? And I hope that all of us are able to keep a level head, even though we'll be in Star Wars Mania all November, December long.
Yeah. I mean, and of course I have to capitalize off of it. Yeah. Like, they'd be dumb not to. Because, I mean, they're still a business. But just make it good for the people. For the people that do buy the season pass, make sure they're not just throwing $50 away.
Don't give us a half hour or 20 minutes of Nightwing, fighting some people. And
I don't necessarily have an issue with the price.
Yeah,
I have an issue with the fact that
what is in
their statement they said we have details coming. For now, all we can say is that it's $50. Tell us what it is, man. Like, I don't know who or why anyone would go right now and pay $50 for the season pass. Why? Just wait, find out what's in it. And once we know, and if you're down with that, that's fine.
Yeah.
I hope that they promise us some massive Force Awakens stuff, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. I still think it'd be so cool if there was a single player. Like, if this game is single player with those controls, those graphics, that kind of like Star Wars excitement, I think it would be like so ready to be a Game of the Year contender. And it just feels... I'm more excited for whatever single player thing we actually end up getting from Star Wars. The Amy Hennig thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk Battlefront Friday. Let's move to the other major kind of news thing this week, I thought, which was interesting. It's more on the positive spectrum. Call of Duty has decided for Black Ops 3 to open up the campaign in sort of a Netflix style where you can play any mission at any time. If you want to jump in and just play the final mission, you can do that. First time in the series, and kind of a unique choice because most games do gate content based on progress. I can't ever see myself playing missions out of order, but I think it's an interesting way of further opening up kind of the traditional game model, as we move more into digital and microtransactions and all that.
I don't see the reasoning for it. Like, why? Why not just give us a story in the order it's meant to be told and have it be that? I don't understand why anyone would want to go play mission 6, then the last mission, then the first mission. I don't understand why you would want that.
I think it's
cool that you can.
The only thing I can think of is majority of people buy Call of Duty for the multiplayer. They hear there's this epic mission No Russian, and they want to check that out. Yeah. And maybe that incentivizes them. They play that and they're like, I'll just play the whole campaign. It's pretty cool. Or I don't know if because it's co-op, if now this allows people to jump in more easily with friends. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like Halo.
Maybe there's something like that, sort of, kind of.
Unless there's not one massive story and it's just smaller stories, that I would be all for.
It doesn't sound like it's that, but that does sound cool. If that was
instead of it being one large story, just give us 10 missions that are not 10 minutes, but 20, 25, 30 minutes, and those are smaller contained stories.
Yeah,
I think that would be much cooler than having this giant story that you can play out of order, because that sounds weird.
It's not like they're encouraging you to play out of order. It's just an option.
Yeah, they're saying you
can scroll through the missions.
It's interesting for sure.
I just thought it was an interesting thing, and I do think it's going to be quite eye-opening when you get Call of Duty, which is a massive package for $60. You get Fallout 4, a massive package for $60. You get Battlefront, all within 2 weeks of each other, 10 days.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
I saw this tweet earlier, and I wish I could. Here, let me find it. I know who tweeted it.
Okay.
There's I'm going to tell you 3 games that come out in the same day.
All right.
So Mirror's Edge 2, Far Cry Primal, and Deus Ex all come out the same day.
Wow.
Same day.
And even though they're not similar, Mirror's Edge and Deus Ex kind of have vibes of future.
Who do you think wins there? Just sales. I just think sales only. Unless one of them moves, which I can see happening for sure.
Far Cry Primal, sadly.
You think? Yeah. I think Far Cry needs to move.
I think Far Cry will be the worst, but I think it sells the best. What game if you had lightning round, music.
There we go.
All right, between those 3 games, which one do you predict will be the best game?
Deus Ex.
You think so?
Yeah.
Everything I've seen of that looks phenomenal, and
it looks crazy. I love it.
I'm the biggest fanboy for Mirror's Edge, but I was a little bit let down that Mirror's Edge 2 feels legit like Mirror's Edge with prettier graphics.
I think the part that we played isn't a great showcase of what the game's going to be. That's what I'm hoping.
Me too, because that very much just felt like, remember Mirror's Edge? Here it is in high def with some free missions.
Yeah, I think they did a bad job of showing. Even the way they showed it to us, they set us in this room and it felt weird. And
I didn't like the whole very limited. You have 13 minutes. Hope you can get it done.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I think Deus Ex for sure.
I say Deus Ex as well. Everything I've seen in that game has me super pumped. The demo I watched at Games E3 Games.
It was for what? Mirror's Edge?
Deus Ex.
Oh, you played it at E3?
I didn't play it.
We saw it.
Yeah,
we saw it.
I thought that was it blew me away. I mean, I was just so surprised by how fluid and fun that looked.
Yeah. Shout out to Cappy Nathan because he tweeted that makers of Super Time Force over there.
Gotcha.
Cappy Games. Yeah.
And our good friend.
Well, I've never met the guy.
Okay, well,
follow him on Twitter.
He'd probably be a friend.
I follow him on Twitter.
All right, yeah, you're basically married, Gabe.
He let me play Super Time Force early.
Yeah, he did.
That's all that counts.
There you go. So that's lightning round number 1. Lightning round number 2 comes in from a fan, and it's called the NFL lightning round. So I feel like we had to go through this. It's from our good friend Hansi in South Africa. Hope you're doing well with your health. Last time we talked, he was struggling with that.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna run through these all real fast. If you're not a football fan, just enjoy the names. Julio Jones or AJ Green?
AJ Green. Julio Jones is like hurt now. Who knows what's happening with him?
That's like a draw. I'll say Julio though.
Yeah.
Patrick Peterson or Josh Norman?
Josh Norman.
I don't even know who that is. What team does he play for?
I don't know. I like his name better.
All right, I like Patrick Peterson.
I think they're defensive players.
Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Aaron
Rodgers. Yeah.
Tom Brady's a close second.
Although Aaron Rodgers had 3 turnovers at home the other day.
Hey, he's human.
All right.
I know it didn't seem like it, but he is human.
Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota? Yeah.
Jameis Winston throws a lot of interceptions.
He does. He's a little bit of a loose cannon. Rob Gronkowski or Jimmy Graham?
Gronk. Yeah. How is that even a question?
Even though I don't like his personality at all. He's just so much superior. And Antonio Brown or Larry Fitzgerald?
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I think so too.
He'll be fine. He's like pretty bad right now, but he'll be fine once Ben comes back.
I don't know. Mike Vick had that 72-yard touchdown last night.
Not to Antonio Brown.
No, but
he doesn't like throwing it to him.
Yeah.
Some an NFL analyst tweeted during like one of the commercials like, Antonio Brown should go introduce himself to Michael Vick during the huddle.
Yeah. All right. Emails. In our abridged show here, we've reached the Can't Stop Asking segment of the show. And before we get to that, I do want to say, and I'm sorry I didn't say this at the top, I'll probably put it in the description or something. Let us know feedback. We're looking to really iron out set segments for the show. So if there are specific segments you loved, whether it's Lightning Round, Hype City, when we had like a main discussion, question answer type stuff. News. Let us know your favorites in the comments below, what you really love and what you'd like to see more of going forward. Take the opportunity to help us shape Can't Stop Playing going forward. We're 30 episodes in, and we want to make it the best show we can. So let us know in an email form or in the comments on YouTube. That would be super awesome. So our first email...
Or send me a pigeon.
Pigeon. Okay.
It's my preferred method.
All right. Like, what about like a Jell-O, and then in the Jell-O there's like a note inside the Jell-O?
I'm not a fan of Jell-O.
Me neither. But it would be fun.
Reminds me of hospitals. Don't like it.
Hello, Max. Hello, Zach and Gabe. Who is this Max we speak of?
We don't know him.
First of all, how are you guys doing?
I am doing great.
Me too. Today I woke up, I was like, I'm just really happy today.
Yeah, because you knew that you were about to talk to me for an hour.
Oh, God, yeah. I was trying to think of something that so far no one has sent in, so I picked out jokes for each of you.
Okay.
Should we do Zach jokes or Gabe jokes first?
All right, let's do Zach jokes first.
All
Let's start here, okay? I didn't get any makeup on me. I wasn't under the bright lights. That was you.
And these are, again, football related. All right. Why is Eric Ebron like a grizzly bear? Every fall he goes into hibernation. Oh. All right. And my favorite one. What do you call a Detroit Lion with a Super Bowl ring? A thief. That's really good.
Another player that I think the Lions need to involve more is Theo Riddick.
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Although the only thing I hate about Theo Riddick is whenever he comes in the game, they're passing.
Yeah.
They're so obvious. Arizona's defensive line coach read one of the plays for the Lions from the sideline, and that's how they got one of the interceptions. It's just like, not even the defensive coordinator. The defensive line coach in the other team knows what they're doing. Gosh, anyways. Enough of that. Gabe, your jokes.
Do it.
Why can't Eddie Lacy get into his own driveway? Someone painted an end zone on it. Aww.
His time is coming. Hey, fun stats. This year and last year for Eddie Lacy have been pretty comparable as far as, their slower starts to the season. Last year, Eddie Lacy still finished 6th amongst quarterbacks, like fantasy-wise.
Running backs.
Stats-wise as well.
Yeah.
Running backs only.
Okay.
So I think his time is coming, man.
Right.
It's a slow start for him. He's big. He's a big boy.
He's got to get those wheels moving. They take a long time to get going.
Lucy can attest to this. Every time I see him run, I feel so bad because I'm not small myself, but I say, run, big boy, run.
Where do you go in Green Bay in case of a tornado?
I don't know.
Lambeau Field. No one else can get a touchdown there.
There you go.
I don't like how the Green Bay ones are pretty positive, and the.
Are you surprised?
Okay.
You're 0-5. We're 5-0.
Moving on. Thanks, Staxel Gamers, for the fun email. Jonathan writes in, "Hey guys, I broke my thumb recently. I'm a gamer, so how do I play video games with a broken thumb? And what's your worst injury?"
You can't.
You got to play one-handed games.
Yeah, play on your phone.
Or like Telltale stuff. You can play Minecraft Story Mode.
Yeah, you could definitely play that on your computer.
Yeah.
But you can't play Call of Duty with
Yeah, play like PC stuff like FTL or Darkest Dungeon or things that don't require reflexes.
All right, at least with my mouse, which has this little thing on the side. It's a Logitech Performance MX. It's a good mouse. Mm-hmm. I'm playing with no thumb here.
Yeah.
Right. You could definitely do it. Okay. I think you could. Yeah.
And what's your worst injury?
I tore a ligament.
Ooh, where? In your nose?
No, on my foot.
Oh.
One of my joints. I was playing basketball and I tore a ligament. I had to wear a boot on my left foot.
Gabriel.
Terrible.
My worst injury. Just say anxiety. I haven't really had a bad injury. I had pneumonia once and I had to get shots in my butt.
It's not an injury. We talked about this at PAX a little bit. None of us have ever had broken bones.
No. So I guess my worst injury then is I fell on my dad's knee on the trampoline and my nose is bleeding. Honestly, nothing was.
Yeah, you had a nosebleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, torn ligaments are no fun. They take forever to heal. And it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Terrible.
All right. Dion writes in and says, "Hey, fellow Fallout lovers."
Yeah.
And Zach.
Zach.
There's been leaks about Left 4 Dead 3. Are you guys on the hype train for its release? Do you think that would be a good decision on Valve's part?
I don't know how real they are. I would.
I mean, they were very real. They showed things from screen, photos from Valve's office with Left 4 Dead 3 on computers and stuff. I think they are working on it, or were at some point. All
right. So when who knows what's happening? If a Left 4 Dead 3 comes out, I would be excited to play it. Yes,
I'd be super pumped. I think it's a super fun game. I love Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. It's hard to go back. The graphics are a little bit gritty. But it's a super fun thing, and I think it would be the perfect fit. Not that it would be the perfect. It's kind of the perfect fit multiplayer game for any generation, just as a pop and play. Either you can do some of the multiplayer stuff, you can do more of the story campaigns, and I can't help but wonder how that would go over after Evolve. What would they do and take from Evolve, or what would they learn from that monster stuff, all that stuff.
Well, it's not Turtle Rock that would be making this, would it? Would it still be Turtle
No, it would
Rock?
be Valve, but I'm just saying, in general, looking at Evolve, seeing what Turtle Rock did, because Left 4 Dead 1 and 2 came pretty close to each other. This has been a big gap. So how would they evolve that formula? So much more power on the next-gen consoles. The AI director was such a beautiful thing when it first came out. What could they do with even more at their disposal?
What if we got an Orange Box 2, and we finally got Half-Life 3, we got Left 4 Dead 3, and Portal 3 all in a box?
And it cost, okay, I'd pay $500 for that. I'd buy a console just for that.
How crazy would that be? What if that's why they've been holding out for everything?
It would literally blow up the industry. Everyone else would just quit.
You might as well. Team Fortress 3? Oh, you know how they've been saying that they just don't do threes? This is why.
Yeah,
because they want
all of them in one dang box.
Yeah, Valve doesn't do threes. Fine. Here's Half-Life 3. Here's Left 4 Dead 3. Here's Team Fortress 3. Here's Portal 3. Have them all. Boom. That's $1 billion. Yeah. Gabe Newell, hit me up, man. Don't bring your knives.
Yeah, don't bring those knives. Next question comes in from Morgan. Morgan wants to know, my question to the podcast is, you guys have any hidden talents? For example, being able to do a 360 windmill dunk on a basketball hoop. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work. Wish I could do more to show how much I respect you guys for making me smile. We appreciate your email, Morgan, and we appreciate your words. Hidden talents, Gabriel.
Hidden talents. Think. I write. I'm writing short stories. And
yeah.
I almost finished a novel once, but then I decided it was crap and threw it away. I write. I don't know how hidden that is. I don't.
Okay, so here's what we got to do, Gabe. Me and you, for one of our Christmas episodes, we got to do a reading. We got to make a Christmas story and read it on the podcast. Okay. Get some hot chocolate, some footsie pajamas, and just read our stories.
Yeah, I like hot chocolate. I don't have it often because I live in Texas.
Right.
But the few times that I have had it, I like hot chocolate.
Yeah. My hidden talent, I'm very good at writing too, I guess. I can do this with my tongue.
I can do this with my thumb. It's like it's disjointed. Yeah. So and not that these are talents, but he did some weird thing with his tongue, and my fingers disjointed.
All right. We're special, Gabe. Thomas writes in, hello, Can't Stop Playing crew. I recently replayed the first season of The Walking Dead since it's October and Halloween coming up in just a few weeks. What do you want to see from Telltale's next season of The Walking Dead, Season 3? Should they switch up the format and make it more exploratory like Life is Strange? Would you like them to move on from Clementine and all the characters and get a whole new set? Personally, I'd like to see more of the same thing, it's just less technical issues. Thanks, Tom.
How can I say this without being mean? I want them to just not make it.
Yeah?
Just do something new, man. Get your engine better. Fix your engine, then give us season 3 and make it like completely different. Like make us care about new characters. Like yes, we care about Clementine, but we've had 2 rounds of her, so just give us something new.
Yeah.
I just want it to be different. And I'm so worn out with The Walking Dead in general. The season 6 premiere of the TV show happened. I don't like that show. I watch it. I hate watch it. Like
don't watch it anymore. Stop watching it, Gabe.
I've had this conversation with myself so many times.
Take a bath during that time or something. Relax yourself.
I tell myself, man, you don't even like this. Why are you watching it? And I'm actively angry while I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, this is so dumb. Why are they doing this?
Just come cuddle, man. You don't need that stress, son.
The season 6 premiere was like, it wasn't terrible, but it was pretty close.
Yeah.
Like, so many choices that the writing staff makes, and
yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. It's dumb.
I want to see The Walking Dead Season 3, which is coming out in 2016, be the next evolution for Telltale. Basically, every game they put out thus far follows the same formula, the same format, the same structure. Show us that you can evolve what you're doing. Clearly, like you're making so many games that you've learned, you've iterated, whatever. I'm glad that you can nail this, but yeah, make it more exploratory. Make it, multi-perspective. Make it more, choose your own adventure. Make it have things like Life is Strange. I don't care, but like show me that you can evolve, that we're not just like stuck in the same thing with, swapping out the window dressing every time. Like do something. I don't even care what it is, whether it's graphics, whether it's tech. I prefer its gameplay. And yeah, I really do think like, sure, like Clementine's a fan favorite. I know that's great. And it like feels good to go home to comfort food, but like, I don't know. At the same time, though, like I don't feel like they're that strong at creating characters. So, like Clementine is a strong one. When I played Wolf Among Us, I wasn't really into any of those guys.
You didn't like Bagby? I like Bagby.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm one of the few people that agrees with you because people love them, and not
I
that
do
I don't
love them. I thought they were both.
Yeah,
amazing.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, they're great, and they're fantastic with the storytelling, but. You gotta change it up a little bit. You can't run it into the ground. You can't do another like, oh, who's the next Kenny? What's the next conflict? What's the next, And I think because of the way season 2 ended, I think we inevitably are getting more Clementine based on season 2 ending, and like there's more stuff to talk about. It didn't end with them walking off into the sunset. So I don't think The Walking Dead will ever end.
Okay, well you know what I mean. It was a metaphor, but like yeah, like show us that like you can like whether it's making it more action based, whether it's making it more exploratory. Like hey, instead of just following like this very rote path. And like do this here and then move on to the next area. Maybe you do have a little bit more leeway to go back and forth between areas to solve things or figure things out, or a little bit more personal choice. I don't know. I think that'd be cool. Our last email is our relationship email of the week, and it comes in from Tom. Tom says, here's my question. I'm 20 years old. I've recently started a new job, and I met this girl who is my sister's friend. She's only 1 year older than me, and I really like her. She's beautiful, talented, and I really want to ask her out on a date so we get to know each other, but I'm worried because she is my sister's friend, and I don't want to make things weird between them if she says no to me. So I guess my question really is, do you have any tips, or do you think I should not even ask her? The reason why I'm extra nervous about asking is because I have low self-esteem, I have dyslexia, and I feel like I'm not good enough for this girl. What do you think I should do? We've answered questions like this, and so I kind of want to just make like a catch-all, me and Gabe telling you about... It's stuff. Like, man, I feel like people overcomplicate situations so dang much.
And everyone does. And even we do. Like with our own personal life.
Totally.
We're not saying, oh, you guys that are writing, obviously thank you for writing in. Yeah. And me and Zach fall victim to this all the time too. Just with our everyday relationships, and not just like girlfriends, just relationships in general.
Sure.
So I think it's a good question. The sister thing, like, dude, don't put too much thought into that, man. Like, your sister's going to understand, I think. But yeah, like you're saying, we want to do a catch-all response, not necessarily specific to this one.
Well, I mean, I think that our response to him can be catch-all in terms of like, I think people put so much like importance and stress around like girls and girlfriends. I know it's very important, but like the thing that we've said over and over again is like, if it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to work out, and you'll find something better and that works for you. So like, yeah, it's going to be awkward if it doesn't. Maybe it makes you feel bad, maybe whatever, but like have faith in yourself. The last thing to do is think that you can't do it. The person you need to trust you the most and believe in you the most is yourself. And beyond that, who cares whatever other people think? I mean, yeah, if you're like a psychopath clown going around haunting babies, then yeah, maybe reevaluate your life. But if you know you're doing things the right way and people aren't vibing with that or liking that, then that's on them. It's not on you. So who cares you with dyslexia? That's not something that makes you any less of a person. Confidently talk to her if you want to. You know, if it starts to make things awkward with your sister, you can reach that through communication. One thing I think is super important that everybody that writes in seems to, you know, inquire about is like communication. Like you got to talk things out. You have to be straight with people. You have to be upfront. You got to be direct. And that is the way to make relationships work. Whether it's your mom, your sister, your best friend, your boss, or your boyfriend, girlfriend, you got to be honest. You got to have communication. And like in every instance I've had, business, non-business interactions, like the more open you are and the more you say what you need to say and hear what they need to say, like that's the only way to achieve like a comfortability. Otherwise, you're going to constantly be wondering and worrying. And so many people wonder and worry, like, what are they going to think? What's going on? And it's because you're not opening those lines of communication. You're just left like in this quandary, in this worked up, tense state. And that's me.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes things weird with your sister, she's your sister. Like, it's not some stranger. You'll be all right. Like, you're going to live the rest of your life. And regardless of how this goes with this girl that you like, it's not going to ruin your relationship with your sister. Because that's your sister.
And hopefully your sister's level-headed enough to know, like, I could see it becoming very dramatic, but hopefully they know this isn't like some, you know, drama movie, and they can understand, like, hey, like, life is life, and just keep things in perspective.
Matter of fact, you have an advantage it being your sister, I think. All right, because this is your sister's friend. Go to your sister and say, hey, I'm kind of digging your friend over there. Like, you know, tell me about her.
Yeah,
you know, what do you think? Point. Is she single? Like, man, you have an in. I think it's easier because it's your sister. Yes, if it goes wrong, it's awkward. But don't go in. I never go into anything hoping, like, expecting it to go wrong. I always expect it to go great. And if it doesn't, then whatever.
Adjust.
Then you do. Yeah. But no, I think you have an in, man. Talk to your sister.
And like, you're 20. This girl and your sister are 21. Like, you're adults. Like, if this isn't like 15-year-old. You're not going to deal with hopefully catty BS. You know, high school stuff. So like, hopefully you guys can approach it maturely. I don't know what your relationship is like with your sister, but maybe it's a chance to form an even closer relationship with your sister. So like, look at the positives, approach it confidently, believe in yourself. And if it goes wrong, it's not about you. Like, it just wasn't the situation that was supposed to happen at that time. On to the next thing, whether it's another girl, whether it's a job, whether it's your family, whether it's playing basketball.
And since we do get a lot of these emails, I want to say this.
Yeah.
Right. You know, there was a lot of like, For everybody, I'm not talking about just me. There's a lot of beautiful girls, like, you know, growing up that you really like, and a lot of it's just superficial.
Sure.
Oh, she's pretty, so I want to date her, and then it doesn't work out. And that's like, there's nothing wrong with that. So it doesn't matter if you're totally into this one girl and you think she's the world, so you'll be all right, man.
Yeah.
There's plenty of women out there.
So true.
Like, I'm happy that relationships that I thought were like the world to me, like in high school, didn't work out. Because if they would have worked out, I would have been so much less happier than I am now.
And remember, every failure informs you more and more of what you want. So technically, the more failure of relationships you have, the more success you're going to inevitably have in the future. Because if you learn from them and take them as a positive instead of a negative, you can say, like, here's what didn't work for me, or here's what didn't work about them, or here's where I was kind of a jerk, or here's what I didn't really like about them. And that can help you make better choices in the future. Like, for me, if I didn't have some, like, really kind of rough relationships in the past, I would not be the person I am today. And I'm grateful that I had those and didn't, like, not experience that and then wake up when I'm 35 and be like, crap, I've been with the wrong person for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, but good luck. And like I said, talk to your sister. I think that's what you should do.
Absolutely.
Tell your sister you're into her, man, and see where that goes.
Alrighty. So, we are going to wrap things up from there. can'tstopasking@gmail.com is the email.
It's not a password.
It's not a password.
Yeah, it's an email.
It's an email. Someone was hacking my brain, Gabe. Anyhow, so we'll save Hype City and the Battlefront discussion, a whole lot more, and a special guest for Friday's show. Thank you for being patient with us. Hope you're excited for the future weeks of the cast. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up, even working with some developers and publishers to get some cool guests for you. And then we've got a lot of games, so there'll be plenty to talk about as we move throughout the fall. See you on Friday, Gabriel. Thanks for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me.
Thank you for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me. Let's go cuddle.
All right. Maybe we can watch some of that Walking Dead together and hate it together.
No, I'm good. I hate that stuff so much.
All right. Well, don't do anything you guys hate this week. Do things that you enjoy. Have a great week. Send in your questions. Let us know your feedback about the podcast. Thanks for being awesome people. We love you. We'll see you Friday. Until that time, though, drink some hot chocolate. We'll see you all later.
Goodbye, beautiful people.